many gunshots for so many years that some people in Shreveport are becoming numb to the violence.
But the violence bears the burden we all are paying. We examine
from paganism. The brothers that stay out in that, that's all we talk about.
You see the prophets out here with the gospel, you think that we playing or something, we playing or something. You see the army and yeah, we the sons of God and we stand for something. Israel, is to have power with God and man prevail. You know the Israel, the flex on them. Jesus ain't mad cause I know why they raging. Yeah, they know the most high God. So step on them, 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 yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, 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 yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, step on them, step on them. Step on him, step on him, step on his arms, step on his legs, step on his chest, step on his head. Let me just beat him in back of the head and remind him about all of the things that he did.
But a lot of our own people are coons and sellouts. You absolutely correct. But guess what? They ain't nothing but puppets. And somebody always moving the strings around. They just puppets. And you know what? For the most part, they don't sold their soul for money. Let's keep it real. But watch this. I'm going to show you who your true enemies are. Give me that in, you know what I'm looking for, Psalms 83.
Bring it out.
Watch this. And I'm going to bring you right back. Because, yeah, our people, we ain't got no leaders. Hey, we are the same people. We the same people that killed Jesus Christ because we are the Jews the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
So watch this. I'm going to show you who the enemies are. The same people that own your stores around here. And like you said, we don't own nothing in our community. Nothing.
And they take their money back to
And they take their money to the South Tide. What about this? Or they take it to the Arabs. Or they take it to the Chinese. But they never put it back in the black community.
Teacher.
I'm going to show you your enemies right here out of the Bible. And that hey, guess what? They not only your enemies, but they God enemy too. Because guess what? They hate God's people.
That's right.
Watch this. Watch this. Psalms chapter 83 verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. This is King David prophesying. He say, hey God, your enemies that hate you have lifted up the head. They don't got prideful. The same people that say, you know what? What is that they say when they landed on the moon? The eagle has landed. Prideful people. He said, those that hate you. This is what God says. And he said, read that one more time and make a what? For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. You know what a tumult is? It's like an angry gathering. Like, they be having councils about how they can keep the black community down, how they can keep the blacks and the Hispanics down. They had conference about these things. It ain't by design that every time you look on the radio station, on the TV, what are we doing? The women half naked, all you hear is gang banging music. The Negro can't be nothing but an athlete, a darn drug dealer.
That's right. That's right.
That's by design. We don't own that stuff.
That's right.
But you turn to their radio stations, you don't hear none of that.
Right.
Watch this. Hold on. The guy gonna put an address on it too. You know, in Texas we got a thing. Hey, put an address on who you talking about. God is gonna put an address on who he is talking about. Watch this. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Ooh, crafty counsel against thy people. God says they took crafty counsel against thy people. That's why when you see another black man, hey, you ain't so much, yeah, your white man killing us, but guess what? Black on black crime is a mug.
Right.
You better watch out for that black man. He'll rob you and shoot you down in the street and take your money. And you turn on the internet, that's all you gonna see. But what is putting that in their head? The music. Every time you turn on the music, you've been programmed on the TVs, you've been programmed to do what? To murder, 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 kill, kill. Get the money, y'all. Yep. That's why you see all these young men out here with their pants sagging, out here just shooting up everybody, no matter what city you go to. But guess what? There's always somebody behind it who owns the TV shows, who owns CBS, who owns NBC, who owns these radio stations that allow it to go. Guess what? If you say something about a homosexual, they will shut you down.
That's right.
Why they don't shut you down when it's black on black crime? They degrading the black woman. Why they don't shut us down then? They let that roll because they want you to kill yourself.
Teacher.
Keep going. Watch this. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? You are the hidden ones. Because we walking around here calling ourselves African Americans. How can a black man be two white men?
That's right.
The term wasn't used till 1985. And then if we ain't calling ourselves African Americans, we calling ourselves, you go ask a black man, what's your nationality? He say, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Catholic. Those are false religions. That's not your nationality. You can get 10 black people and ask them, man, what's your nationality? What's your nationality? Don't you know I'm going to get 10 different answers? These are facts. Watch this, y'all. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. They said, let us cut them off from being a nation. Hey, when people think about the Israelites, they think about the Jewish man. They think about the white Caucasian man, which is the devil the Bible speaks of. Where's the rest of the tribes? It's 12 tribes. Ain't nobody ever thought about that? It's 12 tribes. Right, those are facts. They are right here. Right here is the 12 tribes. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Manasseh, Gad. Where the rest of them at? But they set the image up because they want you to worship them as the what? Chosen people of God. You are the chosen people of God. You are the hidden ones.
That's right.
Watch. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That the name of Israel will be no more in remembrance. Nobody thinks about Israel. When we think about Israel, we think of Israelis. What they call them? Israelis. Israelis. Jewish. And we think about a Caucasian man. They are not the people of God.
Right.
Ain't nobody asked them, hey, prove out of the Bible that you the people of God. But I guarantee you, we can prove that we are the people of God.
That's right. T-Top.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They was all together with one consent. And I ain't just talking about the so-called white man. I'm talking about all nations. The so-called Africans, because you are not Africans.
Right.
The so-called Arabs, the so-called white man, and so on, so on. Watch this. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Oh, they hate us. They are confederate against the black man. Keep that Negro down to the bottom. Section 8 apartments, everything is for us to spoil. You ever wonder why it's hard for us? How can they come from another country and get loans? Get bank loans, I'm talking about big loans. Why is it? They say, hey, black man, pull yourself up by your own bootstrap. How we gonna pull ourselves up with our bootstraps when you took the boots?
That's right.
You took the boots, so how can we pull ourselves up?
We're still under slavery.
And you absolutely right, we are still slaves.
They law that they make are slaved under us. We still under their slave laws from the 1800s.
Oh man, I gotta pull it. We are still 3/5 of a man today. Black people don't even know it. Why you think every 10 years they got to do what? You got to they got to do a council and have you go back and re-vote. Re-register the vote, thank you.
The black man get paid, the white man get paid.
And you absolutely right, they take their money off the top.
Off the top.
And then they take their money, what you doing? I don't see it in the community.
It's in the white community.
You absolutely right. Watch this, y'all, let's put a name on it. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom. God called the so-called white man Edom. That is his biblical name.
That's right.
Edom. Who else? And the Ishmaelites. Who is the Ishmaelites? That's your Arabs that own these stores. I'm trying to figure out every time I go to a store, why ain't no black people owning those stores? Why is it so much that the Arabs owning all these stores? Something ain't right. You telling me we ain't smart enough to get a business loan or get something? I mean, how is they getting these loans to get these stores? Of Moab, the Chinese man. And the Hagarenes, Africans. Gabal and Ammon. Ammon is Japanese. Japan. Nah, they're Japanese. And Amalek, that's so-called Jewish man.
Right.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. These people are confessed. You see all these nations? God says they came together with one consent. keep them at the bottom. Keep them at the bottom. Since you talking about these leaders, we're going to show you what leaders are failing us. Why we hate each other. Why we in the hood and the slum still. Read this, Isaiah 9:16. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 16.
Bring it out.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err. Right now, we're going about these wicked leaders that we got over us, puppets, right? Because we had a black president, but did that change the community? What did Obama do for us except give us some phones?
Bring it out.
Right? Like the officer said, we got no black-owned stores or businesses around here. Why? Because our leaders are causing us to err. Read that again. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. Who is the so-called black leaders today? You said it, politicians, and mainly the pastors. The pastors are one of the biggest leaders in the black community. But you got a church in every hood. But why are they still at the bottom of society? Why are they living in poverty? Why they got the Bentleys? They got the Mercedes. They got the nice house, right? They causing us to err. They say what? They say God laws done away with, right? Hey, you can do whatever you want to. All y'all believe in Jesus will get saved. That's a lie. God says you got to keep the commandments to enter the kingdom of heaven. God says tithes are done away with. We getting pimped in these churches. Read that again. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. And we are destroyed people. Y'all done heard the saying, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right? Give me Jeremiah 23 and 13. It's going to show you who the leaders of this people is. The main leaders. Because when stuff go on, who they run to? They run to Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these pastors. Hey, that's a man of God. No, they the man of Satan. You're looking at the true man of God. Because the true man of God go to the community and uplift their community. Show them that Christ is a black man. God is a black God, and God is sending Christ back to deliver us out of America. Guess what? This captivity ain't gonna last forever. Yeah, you're right. We are still in captivity. But that's why Christ is lifted up to raise up out of this place. Guess what? You know how you know you still a slave? Can you leave this company? Hey, can you leave this country without a passport? No. Who you gotta go get permission from?
White man.
The who?
The white man.
The white man. Where you get your last name from?
White man. That's right.
The white man, right? He can't, and guess what? We thieves, right? But that's the greatest thief upon this earth. He stole your identity and stole us from the west coast of Africa.
Teach, y'all.
And Spain. Read. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors. God says, woe unto these pastors. That means destruction. These so-called Christian pastors, they not men of God. They some puppets set up by Satan, set up by the white man to feed you white supremacy. But guess what? Those laws gonna stop today. We can read now. We can read for ourselves. What do you think if we got caught reading the Bible, the slave master cut our hands off back in the day? They'll put us to death because they know this right here show power. This is your key to the kingdom. This is your key to rule this earth again. God made this earth for you and for us. We are the Israelites. Give me verse 13 real quick. Verse 13. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. God said I have seen foolishness in these so-called pastors. Because the prophets they mean pastors of reverence. God seen foolishness in them. How they gonna say God's laws done away with, but they still want your tithe money?
That's right.
How does that sound? The laws done away with, they seem like a rape. Right?
Robbing God too.
Yeah, they the devil. Guess what? You can rob, you can rape, you can sell drugs to your brother, and guess what? 99% of these so-called rappers that perpetrate this murder music are Christians.
Right.
They believe in white man Jesus. So these pastors sitting out people's lives and saying Jesus is white. The laws done away with. They don't know how great they are. Read. And I've seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. Read. They prophesied and Baal and caused my people Israel to err. They caused Israel to err. But El is the devil. They prophesied what the devil telling them to teach us. Guess what? Where can I find this in the Bible? Where can I find being a Baptist in the Bible? Where can I find being a Methodist, Presbyterian, and all this foolishness? I can't find Rastafari. I can't find Islam. Because guess what? The Arab man had you in slavery too. The white man sold us to the, and the Africans sold us to the so-called Arab man, right? Which is Ishmael according to the word of God. And they know who they are. But guess what? We learned all these false doctrines in slavery. Our ancestors learned, and guess what? They passed it down to us. Now we think we can eat pork. We think we can be gay. We think that we can cross-dress. They think we can kill. I can kill my brother, still go to heaven? What kind of sense does that make? That's why they saying they the prophets of the devil, of Baal. Read. Verse 14. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem and horrible things. They commit adultery. They do what? They commit adultery. Don't we got Christian pastors committing adultery? Hell, Tyler got a great example. Didn't that pastor get caught going down on another woman and he's married on video? Y'all heard about that? You heard about that? Hey, Google it right now. Google it. Google Tyler pastor caught on camera cheating on his wife.
I think they had that on Facebook.
Yes.
Black dude.
Yeah, going down. And he's supposed to be a so-called man of God. There ain't no man of God. Men of God keep God's commandments.
Right.
And we don't teach the people to err. We don't teach people to sin. We teach marriage is honorable. We teach that because God told us to teach that. We teach to love your neighbors yourself. We don't teach you to love other nations. We don't teach you to hate them, but we teach you to love each other. Because what God says, read, they commit adultery and walk in lies. And they walk in lies. They walk in lies. They love Christianity. They come against us, right? They come against us. We're teaching that God is black and Christ is black. They said, y'all teaching hate. How is that hate when it's the truth? This is hate. This is hate. This is hate. If they teach love, how come they can't teach the Christ of the Bible when the Bible said Christ is black? Did you know that? Do you know the Bible said Christ is black? See? That's what I'm saying. Our pastors have been lying to us far too long. This 2022, and the pastors don't know that Christ is black? T.D. Jakes know this, but guess what? He want to get paid. He hate his people. Read. They commit adultery and walk in lies. Read. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers. And that's what our pastors do. How do they strengthen the hands of evildoers? You know what an evildoer is? Sinners, murderers, killers, drug dealers, whores, homosexuals. They strengthen our hands by saying, hey, God love you no matter what. God love the sinner. He just hate the sin. Ha. Hey, pay me 10% your money. Ha. You blessed. You saved. Ha. That's how they strengthen the hands of evildoers. No, Christ said to repent and be converted. But guess what? The pastor said, no, all you gotta do is have faith. Have faith. That's the most lazy religion ever on upon the earth. Hey, all I gotta do is believe in a false white image and I'm gonna get salvation. That's a lie according to the Bible. Read. They strengthen the hands of evildoers that none do return from his wickedness. And the pastors, they don't teach for our people to change their ways. Guess what? They say they get baptized. They go into the dirty water, a dirty pissing pool of water, and come up still a sinner. But what you do, okay, come, right? Come as you are. That means come as you are. But when you come out that place, you're supposed to change. Your mind's supposed to change, right? Your whole life's supposed to change when you really find Christ.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. Iuic has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. Iuic, we deliver the truth.